being an underdog is not a disadvantage when you look at it through the eyes of the most successful people in the world, the most successful athletes, the most successful generals, the most successful actors, business people. We're all underdogs. What's up, what's up? Hey, I'm so excited to be sitting here next to this hot lady, this really beautiful woman. What's up, Lisa Graziosi?
Hi,
My
David.
wife, of course. Hey, listen, the last episode we did, people went nuts over it, so why not go a
I'm
little...
so excited because I'm so camera shy and you're so good. I can't.
No, babe, you're incredible. But we're talking about underdogs because this is the month of underdogs because of my book, The Underdog Advantage. This is the month
So
we turn
good.
the tables, and every one of us, every one of you who feels like an underdog, felt like an underdog, by the time this month is over, you're all going to realize you are blessed with that gift of being an underdog.
Yes.
You're going to be blessed with
blessing.
those disadvantages, and you will not look at them as disadvantages anymore because you're going to have the context, the framework to shift them into your rocket fuel, to use as a superpower. Whatever word you want to use, being an underdog is not a disadvantage when you look at it through the eyes of the most successful people in the world, the most successful athletes, the most successful generals, the most successful actors, business people. We're all underdogs. And we want to fuel people with the right tools to be able to tap into their full potential. So awesome. So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, there's so many things to talk about.
Can we pick a chapter?
Let's do number
Pick a chapter.
3.
Okay, chapter number 3. Underdogs act fast and improve quickly. What does that mean to you?
So, quick story. Can I tell a story?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so this takes me back to when I first started my career, and I had to act really fast when I got fired from a amazing salon that I really looked up to, and I was
So back up a
excited.
little bit. So for people who maybe first time they heard you,
Okay.
what school did you go to?
I went to a school called EVIT, East Valley Institute of Technology, and it
For
was like,
cosmetology.
Yes, for cosmetology. I did it during high school. I was a little bit ahead in my high school. I don't know why, because I wasn't smart at all, but I was able to do this during high school. And yeah, so I was going to cosmetology school, and right out of cosmetology school, I was looking for the best salon to work at because I just wanted to start at the top. And I ended up working for a great, reputable salon in town. And long story short, I got fired after 6 months. I was moving up really fast in every class and every test I was passing, with great reviews because my models I was bringing in loved my work. And anyway, I got fired. It was very unreasonable why I got fired. But that was my push to want to act fast.
Well, and here's the thing though, as an underdog, so I'm going to stop you for a little bit. As an underdog, or feeling like an underdog. Now, remember, underdog is when you feel like people aren't fair to you. Did you feel like it wasn't fair that you got fired?
Absolutely. It was definitely not fair.
Okay, did you feel like someone pulled the rug out from underneath you?
Yes.
Right? Did you feel like, oh my God, if this doesn't work, what am I going to do with my
Yes,
life now?
absolutely.
So know this, that these feelings are at any age, at any level, whether it's $10, $10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, it's all the same feeling. It's all a feeling of like, no one sees what's inside of me. Like, did you feel like this salon you were working for, they didn't see your true potential?
I think they saw my true potential and they didn't like that. They didn't like that I was...
But either way, they pulled the rug out from underneath
absolutely. And I was nervous because it was the best salon in town. So I thought, what's going to happen after
you. Or
this?
they hurt my reputation.
Yes.
Okay, so with that said, as you're saying, there's so many things from the book come into play. Like underdogs have nothing to lose. When you got fired, you're like, screw that. I got to go do something,
Yes.
right? Underdogs
Immediately.
can use the power of you can't. So you had that management say, you can't
Yes.
do this anymore.
Yes.
But here's the thing that happens so many times. This is why I married this amazing woman, and I love her story, and I love who she is. But this isn't saying you're bad or someone else is bad, but so many times in life those things happen. And you go, maybe I wasn't good enough to work here. Or maybe cosmetology, maybe hair isn't for me. Wow, they said I can't do this, and this is the best salon. What do I do now? And all you need is a little bit of that to sink in. You don't need the whole thing to sink in. You need a little bit to sink in, and then you start playing life just a little bit smaller, and then 5 years goes by and nothing happens. But when it comes to underdogs who have massive success or people with an underdog mindset. I'm not an underdog anymore, but I have an underdog mindset, and so does my wife every single day in everything we do.
And
we're opening her new salon. We're treating it like we're underdogs. I know we're going to crush it. We're probably going to have 50 of them within the next 3 years around the country. But this is where we are. We have an underdog mindset. So the reason I'm saying this for you guys is I would bet to say if you got the rug pulled out from under you, you got fired, you didn't deserve it, someone took advantage of you, I bet your gut is to act fast, but the world tells you to slow down. Figure out why you got fired. What you should do is, maybe it's not the right, that's all BS. That doesn't work. So tell me what you did. We're sticking with the chapter you picked.
Okay.
You act fast and improve quickly. So what'd you do? You got fired.
So I got fired, and immediately right away I went looking for the best salon.
The second best salon.
The second best salon. And I found a salon that I was previously at for a long time. And but the only problem was you had to be an established stylist and have a full book of clientele and have been doing it for years. And I was fired as an assistant. I've never even had one client. And I kind of lied my way in it, and I said,
fake it till you make it?
I faked it till I made it, and I told her, I promise you I will work hard here and I will bring in a lot of clients. And she asked if I had a full book, and I said, absolutely, I do. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So at that time, I was working 2 or 3 other jobs, 2 good jobs and one on the side, because I had to pay rent to be working at this place, one of the most expensive places to work at here in Arizona. And I thought, okay, how am I going to pay my rent? I don't have any clients, but I want to work here, and I want to show my other salon that I don't need them.
Yeah. That's the power of you can't, right? Like, I love that. Like, instead of them saying, look, we squashed this little girl, you were like, I'm going to say this nice, you were flipping them off. Like, good, you want to fire me?
Yes.
I'll go to the second best salon in town, get my own chair, and rock it, except you BS'd your way in, you faked it till you made it, and now you got a chair with nobody showing up.
Yeah, nobody was coming, but I was just, sitting around waiting for someone to come in, and also at my other jobs, promoting myself and saying, having them come in for a half off discount just to get people in the door, and in my chair just so I looked busy. But I did that, and before you know it, and the way you treat people and the way you once you show how, and some of my clients, they knew I hadn't had much experience. They would say, "Oh, is this your first time doing some?" "Oh no, I've been doing it for a long time," and but I just treated them really well, and so. But yeah,
well, here's the thing.
I had to act
this is
quickly.
what I love. And I listen, I don't want to give it all away because we're just talking about one thing today. We said pick a chapter, but underdogs are relentlessly resourceful. We talked about that last week. It's like you had to get resourceful as hell. You had your other jobs pay for the chair. You had to compromise and improvise. You had to, number 5, chapter 5 is how to self-educate. I guarantee you were learning from other people. You're probably watching other women in the salon.
So I did
You're
that.
Like, oh my God, that's how she does hair.
I would sit there and I would pick the best styles. Like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. So I just sat there and I perfected it. And my blowouts are amazing. I can make someone's hair, if you ever come to me, you'll never want to go anywhere else. But I had to work for that. I said, I want to have the best blowout in the world, and I do. But I learned from other people. I was resourceful.
Yeah, you have to be, right? Mm-hmm. And I love this. Underdogs don't care what other people think. Did you care what other people in the salon thought about if it wasn't working for you?
No.
Did you care that they were
I lived at the salon. I was just waiting around. I was there, open to close, 12-hour days for years. I actually did that for years, and it just became a habit. I didn't need to do that eventually, but I still did that. I ended up quitting my other jobs, and then I was just so busy at the salon. But and people would always say, "Oh, you're gonna get burnt out," and "Oh, she must need money because she's always working." But I just
listen. Even chapter 7 is underdogs turn desperation into persuasion. Because you were desperate to pay for that chair, you persuaded people, even when you were brand new, to sit in your chair. Think about that.
Them.
Now, listen, the reason I love these stories.
Mrs. Anti-Sales here.
You always tell me you don't know how to sell.
I don't, but I guess I do now.
But here's the cool part. So that's how she started. Remember, if you listen to the last video or not, or audio or podcast or whatever, however you heard the story, if you didn't listen to it, Lisa's parents came from Mexico as immigrants with nothing, with her dad with a 6th grade education. They came here and he just started working, didn't speak the language. Lisa's first language was Spanish. And she had to pay for her way through everything. She took the public bus to go to cosmetology school. You heard the story of how she first got started. She had to work 2 jobs to pay for that. With that said, she was what you would say is the quintessential underdog. Most immigrants with no money are underdogs, right? So many people, it doesn't matter if you're an immigrant or not. But again, the same thing I asked you last time. Would you now in retrospect, Lisa went on in the last 10 years, was voted like 9 out of the last 10 years as the best hairstylist in Arizona, voted best for hair extensions, probably makes 10 times on a yearly basis, 10 times more than the average hairstylist across America. We ran the stats at least 10 times. Why? Because she was an underdog, not because she had privilege, not because she went to the perfect school and somebody paid for her, not because she had the perfect talent and she was born with magical fingers on how to cut hair and do blow dries. No, because she was an underdog who used that as an advantage. So in retrospect, with all the success you had, would you take away any of those things? The being fired, feeling stupid, working 3 jobs to pay for that. Would you change any of it?
No, not at all. I would never change anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it made
and
you
I
the
never
one you are today.
I never want to forget it either, because
well, that's the best thing, is you never want to forget it, because it
never.
keeps you having an underdog mindset.
Yes. And so many people, just speaking to people throughout my career, because I'm also a therapist, I'm a hairstylist. I notice a lot of people use the underdog mentality as a crutch, but I feel like for me and for everyone that
wants
starts
to
to
be
hear
successful
this and reads this amazing book, really it's a way to help you kind of switch that mindset and use it to your advantage.
Yeah, it's amazing. And here's the cool part. Depending on when you're listening to this, the book might not be out yet, or it's already out, and I'm doing a really great promotion. So if you go to deansbook.com, go to deansbook.com, you'll have the chance to get my brand new book for free. Yes, free. I paid for the book, the hardcover. You just cover the shipping and handling. And if this is the launch week, there are insane bonuses, because I want to get this in the hands of so many people. I feel so blessed. Millionaire Success Habits, one of the best-selling books in the last 3 years. Hundreds of thousands of lives impacted. I feel so awesome about that. I can't believe it's been 3 years since I released the book. But now you have the chance to get Underdog Advantage by going to deansbook.com. Now, if you listen to this and it's not launched yet, you'll get the date of when it comes out. And if it is available, you're going to want to grab it. See how you could take all those disadvantages, even if you're doing okay in life. How do you recapture that underdog mindset and use what you have, use the tools already in your toolbox to go to another level? Any last words? Thanks for doing this with me again. I know you're busy today, babe.
I love it. I mean, it's easy to talk about because it's what I went through, what I go through every day.
Yeah.
And also see my parents as as underdogs, and also being Mexican and being so proud of my country, and also but living in a place where a lot of it doesn't matter. I've noticed that, going back on this, so many people that come in from other countries are brilliant. Some of the people that work for us are just brilliant, and they come from other countries and they leave amazing successful jobs and titles to come here and start from scratch. But also they're looked at differently because they are underdogs and they are from a different country and they look different, or their skin color is different.
Isn't it amazing that we get to empower those people to show everybody, instead of, what I love? I love this.
It's
that
a
you
blessing.
say that, because my grandparents were immigrants, right? So I know the story through grandparents, but it was your parents, right? My grandparents and great grandparents came from Italy, and same thing, didn't speak the language, had the worst jobs, had no money, and look where I get to be just 2 generations later. Look where you get to be 1 generation later, because they took that and just basically said, I don't care what anybody says, I don't care what everybody thinks. I'm in a land, I have an opportunity to grow. I'm going to take these disadvantages, I'm going to make them my rocket fuel, and watch what I do. Like, I love the saying, don't hear what I'm saying, just watch what I do. Right? There's a saying, what's the saying? It's like, I can't hear what you're saying because what you're doing is too loud. That's on the opposite. This is, don't tell people what you're going to do. Just go do it. Have them go, whoa, why is she doing that? How'd she get her own place? How'd she have her own chair at that fancy place? How's she opening up the extension bar? How are they doing? Like, oh, we got it because we took our underdog disadvantages and we made them our power.
So true. But, stuff's not built overnight. Like, people see, oh, wow, the extension bar, that happened really fast. I'm like, no, I've been working on it for years.
No, I know.
But,
and I'm so proud of you, babe.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank
you guys so much. Oh, we're a good team. All right. Thank you guys so much for being with us, and be on the lookout. The Underdog Advantage. It's going to, I truly believe this will be my best book ever. And
want to.
You're definitely going to want it. All right, go to deansbook.com and see if it's available. If it's not, wait until it is, set it in your calendar, grab it, and if it is available, make sure you grab it before this special promotion goes away. See you guys. What's up? What's up? Hey, before you go, you need to watch these next few videos. They're absolute game changers. Hurry up and click right over here and watch them, and I'll see you there.